The Herd Line News.
It's funny about the word committed. And, Brady's taken commitment to a new level. He won't drink a beer during the season, that's true. And we talk about on this show, the audience doesn't see it, but we come in and for 2.5 hours every day, we sit and just bang on a table trying to get topics. We've all had the more or less successful person in our family where they think 45 hours a week is really committed, and you're like, I work 65 hours a week, that's why I'm more successful. Commitment's a really interesting word. What is truly committed? One of the things where, like, Brady and Tim Duncan are more committed than, I think, a LeBron James. LeBron James is physically committed. He's mentally committed. But LeBron James doesn't have to take the salary he takes. Duncan and Brady, their commitment isn't just a body, isn't just a practice, isn't just to lifestyle. It's to the commitment, I'm going to take less. Now, I know Tom's married to a supermodel. He has all that ancillary income. Well, so does LeBron. It's called a $1 billion lifetime Nike contract. LeBron makes more money with Nike. Aaron Rodgers makes over $10 million a year with commercials. Like, commitment's a funny word. What Brady and Tim Duncan have done is, I'm not just committed at practice, to schemes, to being amenable to coaching. I'm so committed in a salary cap league, I'm going to take less money. That's a different level that LeBron doesn't do. Kobe would not do. Aaron's not willing to do. For a long time, Drew Brees would not do it. And I just don't think we ever think about that. And I know what you say, well, Brady's got a supermodel wife. Aaron Rodgers makes over $10 million a year, I've been told, on commercials. He doesn't have to take $33 million. He could take 27 and they could have 2 more players. And I'm just saying, what does commitment mean? You think prepping for a radio show 40 minutes is commitment. I see 2.5 hours. Rush Limbaugh may do 4.5 hours. I think one of the great, because I just saw a story here where Robert Kraft is open to extending Tom Brady. And Brady right now is the 27th highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And you could say, well, he's got money, but it's all about respect and ego. I mean, Tom obviously doesn't need money. He'll never spend it. Well, either does LeBron. I mean, Tim Duncan. When you're able to be still at the top of your game, and I keep saying Brady and Duncan because I don't think they're the best they've ever been. I do think there is some erosion, but Duncan won a title over Miami late in his career. But it's a commitment. If you want to go really deep on commitment, some of it is in a salary cap league, I'll take less. And by the way, before you say, well, that's, by the way, NBA players take less all the time. Kevin Durant took less to go to Golden State. Anthony Davis is going to take less to go to the Lakers.
Chris Bosh and Wade took less.
So don't tell me players won't take less. NBA players take less all the time. LeBron could easily, more than any player, get paid significantly less and not demand it if he could. The union obviously wants him to take the most. But I would say this with all players. We don't consider Brady's willingness to constantly restructure his deal as a thing. And we never talked about it with Tim Duncan. But there's no question the Patriots dynasty has been extended due to it, and the Spurs dynasty was extended to Duncan's selflessness. Didn't take the money. So I don't just buy it's always, Tom Brady's wife's a billionaire. Well, these NBA guys make so much money on shoes and merchandise that NFL guys don't. Tom Brady doesn't make any money on his cleats. These NBA guys make, Derrick Rose made $100 million on shoes, and he barely wore them because he was never healthy. NBA guys make a fortune on gear. They're like golfers. So what's your commitment? How deep does it go? By the way, Nick Wright earlier this morning on what Brady should look for in his next deal.
I would try to exert a little bit of leverage and say, hey, I have taken below market deals every year. I will continue to do that for you. But I've said I want to play till I'm 45. I want this contract to take me till I'm 45. That's a 3-year deal, and I'd like it to be guaranteed. So if you want me to play for 15 to 18 million a year the way I have been over the last 4 years when other guys are getting 28, Rodgers and Stafford getting 30 plus, I will play for half of my market value. But I want 3 years, $45 million, call it that, tacked onto the end of it, and go ahead and make that a fully guaranteed contract.
I think now it's a very interesting proposition. I'll ask you, Joy. If Brady told you, "I'll take $15 million a year," that is in the Tyrod Taylor class. I'll take it. But you got to give me 3 years. You own the Patriots. Would you do it?
Yes, of course you do it.
Well, I would too. I mean, because let's say you get 2 more years at this kind of level. Who cares if at that point?
Well, if he said he's going to play till 45.
Yeah.
If he's asking for a deal that takes him to 45 and it's guaranteed, then before his last year, if you see any erosion, you draft a quarterback.
Right.
Or you make provisions. He's told you he's going to play that long.
Yeah.
We know that he's not going to play till he's 50, or I don't know. Actually, we can't really say that. We're not going to assume he's not going to play that long at this level. So he's giving you the opportunity to make those plans if he sticks to that.
By the way, I've been told this year by somebody I trust, New England has 12 picks. They will draft a quarterback. Now, it will not, I don't think it'll be their first 2 picks, but remember, New England's got 6 picks in the first 3 rounds. That is a lot of picks. So I think New England's going to draft a quarterback with one of their first 6 picks. Now, they're going to go find an edge rusher. They want another corner. Their tight end is a huge need for them.
And by the way, that means nothing that they're going to take a quarterback.
No, they should. I always said, if I ran an NFL franchise, I would draft a quarterback every year. Now, some years it would be like John Elway got the kid from Northwestern in the 7th round. But it doesn't even matter. If I have Jared Goff and I'm the Rams and I have my full complement of picks, draft picks are like 40, 50% once you get past the 2nd round and making the league. I'd take a quarterback either every year or 2 out of 3 years. You just don't know when you're going to find a gem. And by the way, if they do become Garoppolo and a gem, well, you got either a great backup or you got trade value.
Yeah.
So Chris Broussard is going to tell us why a LeBron-Kyrie reunion is, and I'm not joking, a real possibility. You don't want to miss this. Relationship tip number 1. It's not going to truly feel like a birthday, anniversary, or Valentine's unless roses are involved. This season, the biggest and best quality roses found only at 1-800-Flowers.com. Right now, you can get a dozen assorted roses for $19.99. That's all it costs. Or upgrade to 2 dozen assorted roses for $10 more. Okay, they're always picked at their peak at 1-800-Flowers. They're always shipped overnight to ensure, obviously, freshness. So a dozen assorted roses, $19.99, or 2 dozen for $10 more. Now, this expires Friday, tomorrow, Friday. So bouquet prices will go up soon. Take advantage today. Order a dozen assorted roses, $19.99. Or upgrade to 2 dozen, $10 more. 1-800-Flowers.com. The code is HERD, H-E-R-D. The code is H-E-R.